Okay, so I got my hands on the ULTRALOQ U-Bolt Pro here. And first impressions out of the box, it is absolutely great build quality. You can see it has a really small form factor. This is really narrow, as the battery pack right back here. Everything is really nice, and when you feel it in your hands, it feels very, very solid. And all the mounting hardware that it has to mount on the door, really, really good quality. And I was very impressed pulling this out of the box. It also has, which I liked, was a backup key option. And so what you need to do is you kind of pull out on the bottom of this, and then the front cover flips open and gives you access to the key. The only problem I have is this is a little difficult to, one, to figure out, but two, I can't imagine if you're living in a cold weather environment that sometimes this gets stuck. But that's how you get access to the physical backup key. So I really do like the backup key option. I think having to use this where you do have to pull it open makes it a little bit challenging, especially for people who would not be familiar with this lock. So, from a short-term rental perspective, and there are a few things, reasons why I don't think I can recommend this lock. First is that it does have the backup key option, which is really, in my mind, a requirement for a short-term rental, but it's really challenging to get open. I can imagine a guest coming and trying to fumble and get that thing open, or not shutting it correctly, having other issues with that. So although it's kind of cool, not my preferred design. I think the second reason why I can't really give this a recommendation for a short-term rental is because of its integrations with other services. So let me show you here. So once you get it set up and added into the U-Bolt or the U-Home app, it's really nice. They have a lot of features. They have scenes. You can do a lot of things. You can go in here. You can add users. You also have a lot of options inside of the app to set this up. The problem is, as soon as you want to integrate it with any other service, so here is with Google Home, we see here that all we can do is just push to hold it to unlock it, and to lock it. When you go into any other settings, there's nothing here available for it to be able to integrate into the service. So being able to do things based on the lock status is great, but that doesn't give us what we want in order to, like, for example, put lock codes on the app for specific guests. So from a SmartThings perspective, once you add it into SmartThings, which is one of our preferred smart home automation platforms, you can see it's in here. And then, when you open it up, we get a little bit more information here. We see that the battery level and then the history, but we don't really get it. I mean, we can create routines and stuff off, but we cannot actually code door lock codes into the lock from any of these external services. So you must do it from inside the U-Bolt app, inside of here, on the lock. So integrating that with another service is going to be a little bit more challenging. So even though this lock says that it works with all other providers and works well with others, it really doesn't give us what we're looking for in order to be a really good recommendation for your short-term rental.